Welcome to Rise Unwind. Every week on our show, we bring you lifestyle tips, tricks, and more from all the people who know it best. And this week, we have this.
Where you really want to match the title to the person's real-world hobbies, their interests, their passions. So,
all that and more on Rise Unwind.
For many families, a prostate cancer diagnosis impacts everyone, especially caregivers who step in to help with appointments or treatment and emotional support. A new study reveals the significant role they play in early detection and recovery. Dr. Daniel George, oncologist and professor at Duke University, and Gina Carithers, president of the Prostate Cancer Foundation, are joining us today to talk about how the prostate cancer journey is changing for patients and caregivers alike. Welcome to you both.
Thanks, Matt. Nice to be here.
Thank you. Great to be joining you today.
Dr. George, for those who may not know, which men face the highest risk of prostate cancer?
You know, Matt, the truth is all men are at risk for prostate cancer as they age, but there are some groups that are at higher risk than others. So in particular, men with a family history of prostate cancer, father, brother, grandfather, what have you, that if that's your family history, you're at greater risk of developing prostate cancer. In addition, men who identify as Black or African ancestry, those men are at greater risk of developing prostate cancer and a more aggressive form of prostate cancer. And then lastly, there's a group of men that we detect through PSA screening. So we recommend for all men between age 45 and 50 a PSA test. This is a simple blood test your primary care doctor can order for you. And if that level at that sort of midlife time point is above 1.6, doesn't mean you have cancer, but you're greater risk of developing it in your lifetime. So those are the three populations we really focus on.
And Gina, what are some of the ways caregivers can best support their loved ones through this process?
Sure, Matt. So one of the key things is there's a whole screening process, right? A simple blood test that goes on, and whether the recommendations are every year or every other year, it's usually the people around the men in their lives who reinforce that it's a great idea to keep your annual or biannual doctor's appointment, right? And at that appointment, to have a conversation with your doctor about prostate cancer and ask for the PSA, a simple blood test. And so if you're then diagnosed with prostate cancer, the loved ones, those caregivers, can be very helpful in terms of a support network. So they're the ones who can have a conversation with you about treatment options and help with the shared decision-making, and be an advocate for their patient loved ones. They're also extremely helpful when they become informed about this disease, and they can share that information with the men in their lives who in fact are going through this journey. And then it's also important that the caregiver, if needed, go to the healthcare appointments with the patient and be that second set of ears to understand what this process is like. We know that a diagnosis of cancer is difficult for anybody. And we know prostate cancer is particularly a difficult diagnosis for men. And so those caregivers play an essential role in guiding and supporting along that journey.
Dr. George, how's the current treatment landscape giving patients and families new hope?
Yes, it is, Matt. It's changing. 10 years ago, for men with advanced stage prostate cancer, so disease had spread outside the prostate, maybe to bones or lymph nodes or other organs, average survival was 2 to 3 years. And that's all turned over now. We've got combination therapies that are resulting in much longer and deeper responses. Men are living 7 to 10 years now with advanced prostate cancer. And who knows what we have for treatments after that. So there's a lot of hope out there. There's a lot of opportunity for patients to continue to live and live well with prostate cancer. And for more information about those combination treatments and what might apply for you, we have a new website for you to visit. It's called advancedpctreatment.com. That's Advanced PC Prostate Cancer Treatment, all one word, .com.
And Gina, what support systems or resources should families be aware of?
Sure. At the Prostate Cancer Foundation, we have a website newly launched in May of 2025 that provides all aspects about the disease that's prostate cancer, about the biology of the disease all the way through different treatments, et cetera. In addition, we have a localized patient treatment guide and an advanced prostate cancer patient treatment guide. Those are easily downloaded from the Prostate Cancer Foundation website, pcf.org. And again, for treatments looking specifically at advanced prostate cancer, the advancedpctreatment.com website is extraordinarily helpful for men and their families to understand treatment.
Thank you both for joining us today.
Our pleasure. Thanks, Pat.
Thank you.
Ever think about how much strength it takes for the tiniest babies to fight their way into the world? November is Prematurity Awareness Month, and it's a moment to honor those little fighters and the families and caregivers who support them every step of the way. Dr. Diana Pontell is a board-certified pediatrician and mom of two, here to help us understand why caring for premature babies is so specialized that even their diapers are made with extra intention. Have a look.
Each year, more than 360,000 babies are born too soon, representing about 10.4% of all births nationwide. For families, it's an incredibly emotional journey. Caring for premature babies is incredibly specialized, and even something as simple as a diaper has to be completely reimagined. Pampers is behind every baby, even the tiniest fighters, which is why they created the world's tiniest diaper. Pampers Swaddlers size extra, extra small, designed to provide care and comfort for the most vulnerable babies born prematurely, weighing less than 1.1 pounds. Pampers is the #1 choice of NICU professionals and the first brand to partner with NICUs and create a Preemie diaper. Each diaper in Pampers' Preemie collection is designed for extremely premature skin and is made with premium soft materials to help prevent abrasion of babies' underdeveloped skin. For over 25 years, Pampers has partnered with March of Dimes, a national organization dedicated to improving the health of mothers and babies. This November, during Prematurity Awareness Month, Pampers is continuing its commitment to the advancement of care for the most vulnerable babies with a donation to the March of Dimes NICU Family Support Program. This program provides education, comfort, and life-changing guidance for more than 50,000 families each year as they navigate the challenges of a newborn stay in the NICU. Visit Pampers.com to learn more about how you can support preemie care with a donation to March of Dimes this month.
The holidays mean a ton of people hitting the road, and with winter weather, early sunsets, and unpredictable conditions, even the simplest trip can get tricky fast. Today, we're joined by Brian Moody, executive editor for Kelley Blue Book, with some quick things drivers can do to stay safe, stay prepared, and keep their cars road ready this season. Brian, it's good to have you here again.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And you're right, a lot of people will be hitting the road, and there are some few quick and easy things you can do to make that trip a little bit safer and more enjoyable.
So what are some of the must-have safety items that you think every car should have pretty much before heading out for a holiday or winter travel?
Right, I always tell people to pack this kind of stuff before you even start putting the luggage in. You can see we have some things here. Bring snacks and water for everybody. Make sure you bring charging cables for everybody's phone. That can mean different connectors if not everyone has the same brand of phone. It can mean that just bringing a cable for each phone in the car, even if everybody does have the same brand of phone. Things like an ice scraper or a tire pressure gauge are also good to bring. Those kinds of things, you can just leave it in the car and probably you'll never have to use it, but it's there just in case.
And you're also showing a really simple visibility tip today. What's your top suggestion for making sure a car is winter ready, especially when the weather changes so fast?
Right. And, you know, most people think of tire pressure, change the oil, check the washer fluid. Everyone thinks of those things, but they don't often think of the wipers. And the wipers are a simple, cost-effective way to make sure that you can see and that that's a stress reducer in addition to a safety thing. These particular wipers are Rain-X wipers, which, by the way, is the #1 consumer brand in the US. And one thing that's important to note is that they have an exclusive feature with these wipers. These are called Latitude 2-in-1 wipers. The reason it's 2-in-1 is because it works like a wiper, as you would expect, but it also puts a coating of Rain-X water repellent on the windshield as they work. That's an exclusive feature. By the way, they're super easy to install. I'm going to show you right now how easy it is. There's a little door right here. You just open the door. This is the car. So you would take the wiper and then you would stick it in there and you just cinch it down and then you close the door and that's the end of it. Like, it's that easy to do. And that's about, what was that? Just a few seconds per side. It's easy to do. It's cost effective. And having a smudgy windshield is not only unsafe, it just can add stress to the driver. You don't want to be stressed. You want to be able to participate in the road trip fully and, enjoy yourself.
I just replaced mine actually a few weeks ago. It was really simple to do, and they have a little book over at the store that you can just find your car, find the size you need. Takes a couple of seconds. So, or just ask.
I have something even better than that.
What's that?
You go to rainx.com and you put in your car, and it tells you the size right there, so you don't have to go looking up in the little book. I know what you're talking about. I used to work at an auto parts store, and you go over and look in that. Listen, I hate to say this, but as you age, you might have to bring your glasses to look it up in the little book. But you can just go online and put your car in, and it will give you the exact wiper that's right for your car. And that way, you know you're getting the right thing. You don't have to rely on your own smarts to do it.
And that works. And also, what about road trips that get messy? Any tricks or keep the car clean, organized before these long drives?
Yeah, we have some products here from Rain-X that are also helpful on a road trip. I always tell people, clean your car out before you go on a road trip. I do that myself because the clutter or the old stuff makes me feel uneasy. I just don't like it. But if you use one of these products, there's upholstery and carpet cleaner with repellent and leather conditioner with repellent, right? It's a protectant. And the repellent part is that it keeps stains, spills, all that stuff from bonding into the carpet and the material. Our car interiors are much like our home interiors. There's cloth, there's carpet, there's leather. By doing this, it's easier to clean out afterwards because those things that were spilled, kids are going to spill, adults are going to spill, that's just part of life. This reduces the stress of worrying, oh, I just ruined my such and such. And when you use these repellent type of products, it makes the car worth a little bit more when you go to sell it. At least it can if you continue to use it and keep the interior looking almost like new, even though you've been using it the way a minivan should be used.
And for anyone planning travel or wanting to learn more about these winter prep essentials, where should they go?
Go to rainx.com and you can find lots of helpful information there, including the wiper finder that will help you find the right wiper for your exact car.
Brian Moody, you are the man. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
You know, it's not just the kids asking for video games this year. The average gamer is now 36, and more adults than ever are getting into the action. From family favorites to major new releases, gaming continues to be one of the biggest holiday trends out there. So joining us to break it all down is Scott Steinberg, tech and gaming expert, with a look at what's hot in the gaming this season. Welcome to the show, Scott. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing great, Dan. Happy holidays. Hope all's well on your end.
It's doing okay. So happy holidays to you, my friend. I don't even think we have to go into the numbers because that doesn't. We all know gaming isn't just for kids. I grew up with it. So why do you think it's not just adults, but everyone is picking up a controller?
Yeah, we really are seeing that gaming's becoming a universal hobby. I think a big part of why adults are playing is for the same reasons as kids. They want that sense of fun, escapism, camaraderie, maybe even connection with other players. I also think a lot of it's been driven by gaming's continued technological advancement, because now you get movie quality storytelling from today's titles, these unrivaled visual graphics, deeply complex strategic experiences. And also another thing too is whether you're sneaking in a quick game on your mobile device or you're unwinding after a long day at work with a giant adventure, I really think gaming now fits everybody's lifestyles and interests.
And with so many types of games available now, what's the best way to choose something that fits pretty much everyone on your holiday list?
Yeah, so I was kind of hitting at it there. You really want to match the title to the person's real world hobbies, their interests, their passions. So like if you got a strategy buff in the family, if you got somebody who's into world building or strategic thinking, then there's all sorts of simulations and strategic titles that'll fit the bill. If you got somebody who digs Hollywood blockbusters, maybe you go with an action adventure or a role-playing type title. The thing is, as long as you match it to their passions in the real world, you'll have no trouble finding a game that fits.
And what about some of the new titles launching this season? What are some of the ones that you're most excited about?
Yeah, there's actually two that really stand out that I think everybody's going to love. One is a strategy game. The other is an open world role-playing experience. So right off the bat, there's Anno 117 Pax Romana. This is the strategy game. It's all about city building, and it's set at the height of the Roman Empire. And you actually play as the governor of your own province. So you have to manage resources, deal with trade, diplomacy, military scenarios, whatever challenges the game throws at you. So of course, we've read about and seen the Roman Empire on TV. Now you get to live it and control the fate of your own empire. But also there's Assassin's Creed Shadows. This is the latest in the best-selling iconic franchise. Guarantee you got at least one gamer in the family who's tried one or heard of one before. So they really kick things up a notch in Assassin's Creed Shadows. in that it's an action adventure, it's sprawling, it's super immersive, and it's set in a living, breathing, feudal Japan. So you can switch between combat styles depending on the mission, two heroes. You can go stealthy if you want, for example, play as the ninja Naue. If you want to try brute strength, you can play as the samurai Yasuke. Super cinematic, great storytelling. Both are going to immerse you in the periods and really give you something to play for the holidays and beyond.
That's awesome. I'm always a fan of Assassin's Creed, and I really want that nice little Roman Empire game that you got there. When can you expect to get our hands on those, my friends?
Actually, the nice part is you can get your hands on them right here, right now, today. And in fact, you want to be keeping an eye out for different steals and deals throughout the holidays. Rumor has it, a little birdie told me, for example, that Ubisoft will be doing a limited time markdown on the console versions of Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, where can people go for more information, stay updated, and probably get some of these latest gaming trends?
The first place I'd hit is ubisoft.com. That's ubisoft.com. You can see game trailers, get deep dives on all the titles. You can even grab some downloadable content if you want some extra adventures as well.
All right, Scott, now you know what to get me for Christmas, my friend.
Well covered, Dan. I appreciate it.
We'll talk to you soon. Scott, thanks for joining me today.
Happy holidays. Take care now.
Holiday travel season is kicking in, and unfortunately, so is aggressive driving. A new study finds that almost every U.S. driver has engaged in it, and that's contributing to more crashes and higher insurance costs. Here to break down what's going on and how drivers can stay safer is Ryan McMahon from Cambridge Mobile Telematics, along with Tamra Johnson from the American Property Casualty Insurance Association. Good to have you both here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Ryan, why are we seeing so many drivers admit to aggressive driving behavior?
Yeah, I think that it's interesting when we look at really driving overall, there's this notion of safe or unsafe drivers, but really it comes down to safe or unsafe trips, and any trip can turn into an unsafe trip. When we look at aggressive driving, we see it showing up when drivers don't have enough time to react to what's happening around them. The driver has to react, and the next driver has to react even faster, and that pattern spreads through traffic. We see it clearly when distraction peaks in the afternoon. Drivers don't have enough time, and aggressive actions and reactions increase, which increases more risk for all of us that share the road.
Ryan, even though some violations like speeding and distracted driving are trending down, is aggressive driving still a major factor in today's road safety issues?
It is, and really aggressive driving is an umbrella for a lot of roadway risks, but speeding and distraction are really the biggest contributors to severe crashes. And we see distraction rise in the afternoon on the commute home. We see excessive speeding peak on Friday and Saturday evenings. So when that occurs, we see the highest levels of risk paired with the least amount of reaction time for those drivers. And ultimately, that is a major contributor to crashes. 34% of all crashes, the driver's phone is in their hand at the time of impact. And even if you're not in a crash, the fact that this is happening all around us does impact you personally.
Tamra, many drivers feel their premiums are going up, even if they haven't had a claim. What's driving those increases, and what role does aggressive driving play?
Yeah, so when we talk about what we're all paying for auto insurance, it really is driven by the cost of a claim. So that's why drivers maybe have never even had a ticket are starting to see some increases in their premium. It's really because the cost of the things that auto insurance has to pay for are going up. And so that includes things like vehicle repairs and replacement parts, and also medical costs. And so as we have this conversation about aggressive driving, we really have to look at this like we're all in this together, because when we see more aggression on the road, there's more risk of crashes. We see more crashes, there's more insurance claims being filed, and ultimately that's going to increase prices for all of us.
Tamra, what are some of the practical steps people can take to help lower their insurance premiums?
Yeah, so probably one of the first things you could do, you could talk to your insurance carrier about raising your deductible. That would actually immediately decrease your premiums monthly. You can also shop around, see if there's better policies out there. But while you're doing that, you want to make sure that you're comparing apples to apples in terms of plans, so you don't have any coverage gaps if you do switch carriers. Then you can also look and see if there's incentive driving plans, safe driving incentive plans, where you can utilize things like telematics and phone apps to track your driving and make sure you're a safe driver. And that can ultimately result in some discounts for your monthly premiums.
And when it comes to dialing back aggressive driving, what are some things drivers can start doing right away?
Yeah, so definitely want to make sure that you're eliminating distractions when you're behind the wheel. Put your phone away, put your full focus on the road. That will give you enough time to respond in the case of emergency so you won't be stressed and there's no need to be aggressive while you're behind the wheel. And also slow down. We see that speed is one of the primary factors in the severity of a crash. It can ultimately impact whether someone is injured or killed. And then also, we're moving into the holidays. We know there's going to be more traffic on the road. Try to pack your patience, give drivers a little bit of grace, and keep in mind that your main focus is to get home safely.
For viewers who want to dig a little deeper, where can they go for more information?
Absolutely. You can visit apci.org/auto for additional information.
Thank you, Tamra. Ryan, you've given myself and all our viewers a lot to think about today. It's been great having you on the show.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
You ever wish you could see what the future of our planet might look like and meet the people building it right now? Season 2 of the Visionaries with Zay Harding takes us on that journey from remote landscapes to busy cities, showing how inventors, scientists, and everyday problem solvers are tackling today's biggest environmental challenges. So joining me today are Zay Harding and series executive producer Thais Lopez Vogel from Vogel Foundation. I want to welcome you two to the show. How are you guys?
They're doing great. I like that intro. That's great. Like seeing into the future, all of these people that we feature actually have that vision. They're able to somehow see this happening just from an idea. So we jump in right as they're making it happen, which is really exciting.
And season 2, it's about to launch. What should viewers expect this time around?
More of the same, but further. We're taking things further. So a lot more initiatives. We're traveling around the U.S. currently. Still, we're still hitting up some incredible. We're looking right now at the first ever electric tugboat. They're taking all the technology from our electric cars and they're able to do stuff they've never been able to do before. Because all that money and research has been invested in electric cars, now they're able to put it on boats and they're quiet, they're better for the environment, they're not leaking anything. This is a hybrid plane over here. So you've got half electric, half fuel. This is Ed Begley, he's got his home, completely sustainable. Those guys are in Keep Tahoe Blue in Lake Tahoe. They've got a B-bot, a beach robot that roams around 54 miles cleaning up. This is a kid who does a recycled battery program. This guy has an electric stove. I mean, there's all kinds of, we cover all the bases in every which way. This is a girl taking fish scales and turning them into plastic. There's
we're not going to tell you everything that's in season 2. You have to watch the
show. But there's a sneak peek.
I guess out of all the stories that you guys filmed, was there one that has really stuck with you personally?
Yes. I mean, all of them are. The seashells one really hits me. Actually, you know what? I'm going to tell you one that was really, really amazing. In Louisiana, there's a recycle place that's taking the glass and they're just pulverizing it into sand-sized glass. And they're taking that and they're filling up, they're building little islands within all the bayous because those have been really messed up from the salt water getting into the fresh water and it's killing all the cypress, which was giving the foundation for the islands there. And they're able to use this glass to create a sand and rebuild these islands, and plants are growing in them. So it's really making the area stronger for storm surges, flooding, and what a great way to keep the glass off landfills as well.
I love the ones that include the kids. I remember in season 1 there was a kid that was 12 years old that with a drone, one of his toys, he can detect the tornado coming into his town from 45 minutes before. So the kids are very engaged too in this show.
We do feature a lot of kids, which is exciting because they don't know the limits yet, which is really empowering because basically they say, why aren't we doing this? And someone says, well, because of this, and he says, well, then let's make it happen. We need it, so why aren't we making it happen? I mean, as a kid, you're taught that.
Yes,
and so they've got that great fresh mentality, and they're really pushing boundaries. This one kid was using sunlight and figured out if he mixes in titanium chloride, which I don't even know how he figured that out, just online research, which they're all doing, he's able to capture microplastics, which is a real issue. We're all eating microplastics
We're
that are
inhaling microplastics,
they're
eating credit cards.
yeah, there's a credit card size of plastic in each of us on average in our brain right now because of all the microplastics. And he's figured out how to capture that in water and then get rid of it. So there's all kinds of these initiatives that you can expect in season 2.
And one of the big themes here is inspiring people to take action. How do you hope the show motivates viewers to get involved?
Well, I think not only they're showing you, they're connecting the real solutions in real time with a hopeful, actionable results, and everybody can do it. So I think not only is an entertainer, the entertainer is very entertaining, it's a very upbeat show, and it can engage all the family, not only the kids and the adults, and it tells you you don't have to be a scientist or an engineer, you just have to care enough. It's only when we care about our future that we invest in it.
It is real people, and that's a really good point. It's not anybody preaching, any companies doing anything. It's just people trying stuff that they're finding that are working. And so we're featuring that to hopefully inspire not just the viewers, but other people who are doing this so they can collaborate and start taking things further. We were just in Florida, and this guy's doing a sea hive, which is like a beehive design, which is so clever because they don't need anything to hold it together but weight. And they're using sustainable concrete, these designs that are hollow for fish to swim through. They've got holes in them to dissipate water and wave energy, and they put these right up at the bays, so it's protecting them from storm surges and flooding.
They plant the mangroves on top of it.
Yeah, it's creating ecosystems within. If it's not there, they're creating it, which is incredible. And they're teaming up with someone from season 1 who was doing sustainable seawalls, and they're working together now with 3D printing of this stuff. So it's really exciting to see
the connection, and the collaboration.
That's completely coming out of our show.
And you guys shine a light on innovators who may not always get that mainstream attention. Why is that so important right now?
I think that when you highlight innovators, not only they can partner, they get partnerships, they get funding, they get policy, they can get more research, the research can advance. And not only that, for you as a kid especially, being highlighted in a program like this, I mean, it gives you all the hope that what you're doing is gonna get you somewhere in the future.
And if somebody wants to learn more about the show or the work that Vogel Foundation is doing, where is the best place to start?
At any platform. We have vogelfoundation.org. We have Visionaries TV. You can Google any of these platforms, and you'll find us there.
Yeah, and then watch the show on Saturday mornings on CBS. There's CBS.com and also Pluto TV.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I want to thank you two for joining me this morning.
Thank you
Dan.
very much.
Thanks for watching Rise Unwind. Please visit us on our website at riseunwindtv.com. Follow us on our socials and subscribe to our YouTube at Rise Unwind. And thanks for tuning in. You take care. We'll see you next week.